This comment says, I had to explain just because something is online doesn't mean that it's factual. And if you click the comment, you'll see that it comes from a video where I talked about trying to teach my students critical thinking and analysis when vetting websites. And I would teach them to go to the About section. And once they went there to see who sponsored the website, well, what do you know about that group that's sponsoring it? Does it have a certain lean either way? And then look at the article, click on the author's name. What other things have they written? Do you notice a pattern? Or is this a blog that looks like a news site? Do they have references? Do they have sources? So we will go through all of that. But one of the things that really shocked me was that my students, not all of them, but many of my students could not distinguish satire from news. So to test out my students, of course, I picked an article from The Onion, which is a well-known satirical site, I thought. And when I picked this article, I picked one about school. I don't remember what it was because this was years ago that I used it. And I just remember picking it because the quotes from the parent and the student and the teachers were hysterical. You couldn't imagine any parent or student or teacher saying these things. And I thought it was a pretty obvious satirical article, but not all of my students did. So when I said to them, did you go through the steps of going to the About section where immediately they should recognize that it is satirical because it's very funny? And did you click on any of the authors of the articles to see what else they wrote? Well, I don't know if it's still true, but The Onion just had local or features or whatever category it was, not necessarily authors. So that should have been another clue. But if they clicked on anything and got to another page, they would see titles that were so ridiculous. And I remember when I was doing this, the 2 or 3 years I was doing this, especially with satire, there was a video that was titled 9 out of 10 doctors agree having monkeys will lead to their... And it's so ridiculous because when you click on the video, it's very serious looking doctors who are like, we've been having monkeys for days now. And yes, they are all, but they make it look so real. But you should pick up on the fact that it's humorous. So I started teaching satire after that. It does take time, effort, and energy to take those few steps beyond the headlines. And I think if we could do that collectively, we would be in a much better spot.